Welcome into a new edition of the Mystery Fifth Hour podcast, videocast, as we get a chance to sit around in our lobby here at Double Down Media and talk about some non-sports things. It's brought to you by some wonderful folks at McCurry.
McCurry, Rockstar, is it a van?
It's a van.
Van?
Van ampersand car rental.
That's right, McCurry Van and Car Rental. They are the people that will take care of you, whether it's trucks, SUVs, passenger vans. They make it so simple, so easy. They're convenient there in North Alabama, Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville. Also there in Coleman, 2nd Avenue Northwest. They know it's a pain in the butt to rent a car right now, so they make it fast and they make it easy. You can reserve your rental today at 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003 or online, McCurryRentals.com. That is McCurryRentals.com.
And remember, you can always send us any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss in the Mystery Fifth Hour. We've had a chance to discuss some crazy things over our time. And you go back and look at old Mystery Fifth Hours here on our video and audio platforms. Rockstar starts us off today with one of our unique questions. What do we have, Rocky?
If you, let's say, for 1 week, you have to nominate somebody that works in this company to make every decision for you. Your clothes, your television watching, your movie watching, every decision where you're going to eat, what you're going to eat.
Of our entire 10-person operation?
Yes. Who would be your moral decisions? Where am I going out to tonight?
It's nobody at this table.
Is it going to be across the board? Like mine was going to be Forrester.
No, I think for a good decision making,
Forrester's too boring for me.
yeah, mine would be Forrester.
Really?
No.
Both of y'all are Scott, huh?
For good decision making, yeah.
It doesn't have to necessarily be buying
I wouldn't-
a house or something like that, but just like your weekly routine, the route you take to work, all that stuff.
Do I have to go to Little League games all weekend though?
No, you
No,
don't
it's your
become
life.
him.
Okay.
It's your life,
Yeah.
but he makes the call for you.
Yeah, he picks out your clothes.
That may be his decision. Is that like I'm going to take a week off for the Little League games you're going?
And you got 2 tournaments this weekend, but you also got, he's going to pick what football games you're watching. This, like you can watch these 3 games.
We've got
watch
pretty
NFL.
responsible people here.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to, I thought about Scott, I thought about Lunsford, but really we have 2 female employees here at Double Down Media, Kelsey and Taylor.
Or as we like to call it, 20% of our workforce.
20% of our workforce is female here
Way
at
to
Double
go,
Down Media.
America.
That's right. So I think either Kelsey or Taylor are the ones I would trust.
Yeah,
I think they would make wise decisions for us.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and say it. Other than me, you'd be okay with anybody making the choice.
Well, that's what I was good. Now it makes me want to switch the question. Who would be the least person that you would want to make your decisions?
It's probably gonna be me.
I mean, I didn't want to put you on the spot.
No, it's
You were
okay.
Dunaway one of the 2. Yeah.
No, I mean, if we're talking about having a good time, my answer is always Lance. The opportunity to get to hang out with him over the last, what has it been, 14 years now? 13 years? Some really hilarious, fun times with Lance. I wouldn't trade those for anything. But if we're just talking about fiscal, smart, financial choices,
Yeah, I wish I was a better decision maker.
I would go to Lunsford because I feel like Lunsford could walk outside, rub 2 rocks together, and make $5,000 off 2 rocks being rubbed together.
Why don't you do that more often?
I'd like to go outside with Lunsford.
He makes money, and so I like Lunsford.
Wait a minute. Lunsford could go out and rub 2 rocks together and make $5,000.
Yeah, so
Very specific.
I know.
So fiscally, I would go with Lunsford, but just for a good time, I'd go with you. I have no problem. I mean, I'm down for a good time. I like Lance's life sometimes. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it back-to-back nights usually, but I'd
The fun
I'd
part
try it.
about nights with Lance, funny, I don't know, is Lance is the one more guy. There's always just one more.
Yeah.
Let's one more
One
stop.
more.
Come on now. I know it's 3 in the morning. Let's go one more. Just one more. I promise you, it's just one more. Let's be the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mistake this weekend.
You've made that mistake a couple times, haven't you?
But how boring would life be without someone like Lance in the group, right? You got to have someone to make life fun. So,
Well, the most entertaining out of work person is probably Taylor, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get
She's
to
the one
see-
making my decisions for me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's
Have
like
I made a
me.
mistake there?
I think after 5 p.m. you probably.
I don't need
Just shut
Taylor
down.
making my decisions. Yeah. So I need to go Kelsey? Drop Taylor, go Kelsey?
I'd never heard of this, but a quick Taylor story. She
Okay.
apparently carries a diploma in her pocket.
Like
We all do.
her Auburn diploma.
Yeah, like if you went to the DMV and they're like, we're going to need 2 forms of identification, I guess. So I got my license and here's my diploma.
Here's my diploma.
But yeah,
Wow.
apparently she carries her diploma in her pocket.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a random
So
choice.
Because somebody found it and she had lost her diploma.
How large is it? Is it
I've
like a
never
normal size
seen it.
diploma?
Is it in a frame?
Is it framed? How big is her pocket?
Do you have it? Can you just walk it on?
No, it's got lost.
It got lost? You lost
Can I
your
tell them
diploma?
where you lost it?
Yeah. I don't remember what it was called.
It was on a dance floor though, right?
Yes, it was on
It
the
had-
dance floor.
What in the world?
I don't carry it around normally. They Auburn emailed it to me in the mail, or mailed it to me with my regular diploma.
Right.
And I was like, "What's this?" So I just threw it in my purse.
Right.
Apparently, when I took like my wallet, I don't know what happened, but it just fell out of my
So you lost your
And there-
diploma on the dance floor.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
So do you get me now?
Yeah, okay, all right.
I would say I would be the worst to trust.
I hate to tell you this,
Taylor.
but I have to drop you from my decision making. It's
By the
Kelsey
way,
only now.
Your boyfriend Charlie doesn't think you're a good dancer. I mean, do you dance wild enough to be
Oh, here we go.
Show us your moves.
to lose your diploma?
I think it was probably when I was taking my wallet out.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it was just in there and I took
Can you
it.
imagine cleaning up the dance floor of that bar that night going, the hell, there's a diploma on the floor.
From the University of
hell y'all
Auburn.
I found a jar of mascara. I found $8 and a diploma from Auburn.
They're mailing it to me.
She must have really been dancing. That is so random.
It's one of my favorite 90s dance songs was No Diplomas on the Dance Floor.
Oh my God.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Are we switching topics?
Yeah, we can go ahead
Yeah.
and switch.
And it is McCurry Van and Car Rental. They bring you the Mystery Fifth Hour. If you need a car, van, truck, I'm talking like trucks, SUVs, passenger vans, things like that, rent from McCurry. McCurry Van and Car Rental, the local rental company you can depend on. All kinds of vehicles to choose from. And they make it easy. They make it quick, in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and in Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Call and reserve your rental today. 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003. Visit McCurry Van and Car Rental, McCurryRentals.com. That is McCurryRentals.com.
So mine's kind of weird, but it got me. I watched this movie again the other night, and there's a moment in this movie that had a major societal impact. So I'm just trying to, and I'll give you guys my example in a second. If you guys can recall a scene in the movie that really had that type of factor.
I've got two, yeah.
So mine was, I think it was 2007 Sideways. Great film with Paul Giamatti. But Thomas Hayden Church and Paul Giamatti are about to meet Sandra Oh and Virginia Madsen, their character, in a restaurant. And he starts talking about Merlot. And he's like, whatever I'm doing, I'm not drinking Merlot. There's no chance. And he starts screaming. And I remember after that, I was kind of hesitant on Merlot. But when you read up, it still affects Merlot to this date.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it killed the Merlot
Kill
industry.
Merlot sales?
Killed it. And even now, some wine wineries will actually do their label as a red blend instead of a Merlot.
Really?
Yep.
But it's really a Merlot, but they call it a red.
I honestly haven't bought a bottle of Merlot since.
Because of that?
Yeah, probably.
That used to be my go-to wine too.
Yep.
That's what I would order.
But if you
Merlot.
liked it, why did you stop doing it?
Because I'm Jimmy Curran. I like to be current. I don't want to be drinking what's not. In
So you're drinking wine you like less, just so people.
No, I've learned to love the Pinot Noir more. But
Okay, then
more
you used to love it
specifically, I
more.
like the Oregon
Did you
Pacific
s-
Northwest Pinot Noir.
Did you see
Oregon?
that? Did
No,
you see that
They do
movie?
have good Pinots.
Yeah. What?
Did you see that movie?
No, I just heard about it.
So
Have
you
you
didn't
never-
even see the movie?
You've never seen the movie?
No.
Oh, Sideways is incredible.
No.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, it's just about drinking wine, right?
No, I mean, there's it's really a guy dealing with his midlife crisis.
Which one,
And
Paul Giamatti or Tom
Paul,
Church?
well, both really.
Yeah.
So Thomas Hayden Church is about to get married, and it's his bachelor party, and so it's two dudes that go to wine country for the bachelor party.
By themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had a hot
hot
tub together?
Yeah.
Doing
No,
splits?
but you know, ironically, the guys that did this, Alexander Payne and Jim Taylor, the guys that wrote and directed, they're out of Omaha, but they did About Smith, where there's a hot tub scene with Kathy Bates, where she
Good,
gets
good,
naked.
good scene.
Yeah, so full circle. But anyway, Sideways, you hadn't seen it, it's a really good movie. But that, you can talk to people in the wine community, and they say it really
Well,
crushed
that's pretty
Merlot.
wild,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. For me, it's eyes
15
wide,
years ago.
Eyes wide shut. No, I'm kidding. Change the
Fidelio.
perception of life. Oh, that's good. You remember the password.
You gotta remember the password. Can't remember my own though.
You can't log onto your computer. You forgot the
Maybe you
password.
should make that the password.
Your password should be GD. No, there it is. All caps.
I knew I'd say that. Yeah.
I remember it now. What about you? Is there a reason
I guess I misunderstood the question.
Well, give your answer anyway.
I was thinking scenes that made an impact on people, like the damn Matrix scene with the bullet camera, or the this kind of thing where everybody mimicked that, where that was like such a groundbreaking thing to be so cheesy looking, but it's just amazing at the same time, was the bullet time camera, whatever it's called. Is that right, Lunsford? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got an affirmation.
Yeah, people, but I mean, I don't know that made a societal impact, but people kind of jokingly act that scene out some.
But it's
that's
also,
the only movie I've ever seen.
But it turned the way they filmed things, and they're like action movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Was the bullet time camera, and then there was I never saw it, the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon thing with all the wires and everything. All those, never saw it. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Did it win Best Picture?
No.
It got awards.
Nominated.
Yeah.
Best foreign film.
And that's pretty much.
Well, and as we've sat here, I've thought of a couple of things. Like, these are not my original ones, but 2 songs, like Bohemian Rhapsody, had been around a while before it was in Wayne's World, but it introduced it to an entirely new generation.
Hit number 1 again.
Yeah, it bumped it back to number 1. And I think I had heard it before Wayne's World came out. What year was Wayne's World? Do you remember?
92.
Yeah, I was in high school when it came out. But I remember in high school, everybody knew the words to that song just from that one movie.
See, and that killed that song for me because I hated that movie.
What's crazy is Mark Martel, the singer for Black Jacket Symphony, the Queen. He's going all over Europe and Asia and everything, touring right now, doing Queen stuff. Told me like that was that's the first time he was exposed to Queen, was Wayne's World. With a lot of people.
I'd heard of Queen before, and I had heard that song before.
Everybody knew "We Will Rock You," I think.
It's a stadium song, stadium anthem. Yeah, and "We Are the Champions." I think people knew some of that stuff, but not like their deep cut stuff. But you liked that song before, but
I loved it before, and then after. But then the movie Bohemian Rhapsody kind of brought it back.
It's kind of weird how it's such a sad song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really sad lyrics, but they turned it into almost they turned it into a comedy skit. They took a sad song, turned it into.
You think it's sad, the line, sometimes I wish I'd never been born at all?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's you're dealing with some demons at that point, I think.
And then Tiny Dancer and Almost Famous.
Well, there's that one too. I was going to say, it's not a movie, but in Sopranos, Don't Stop Believing go back to number 1 at the end of Sopranos, right?
Yeah, and I actually went to that tour, randomly was at the beach, and they played at the Wharf. It was Journey, Hart, and I forgot who the third act was, but Journey was the headliner.
Was it the Filipino dude?
It was,
yeah.
And when they dropped the final curtain, it had Journey spelled out like The Sopranos.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. So, I mean, they got all their momentum from Sopranos.
Hey, I saw a story, I didn't click on it, but I saw the headline that Steve Perry is coming back to Journey and the Filipino dude got shoved out.
I have not heard that. Steve Perry can't sing anymore.
Yeah,
that seems like a bad choice.
I mean, you remember there's like a YouTube, it was so sad. I think we played it at our other job 3 or 4 years ago. He came back and sang like karaoke with somebody, not a Journey song, but it's just depressing to see, like, trying to hear Robert Plant sing like Stairway, like, oh my God, it's sad. Like,
and
you
Steve
he
Perry had the best voice.
He did.
Of
He had
his
one of the most
generation.
original voices, but he can't hit those notes.
Yeah, but that was just 2 songs I thought of as you were talking about that. But the 2 I thought of, number 1, it's not necessarily a scene. I mean, you could pick a scene, but I remember when Top Gun came out, the applications to, I think, the Naval Flight School went up 500%.
Because they recruited outside the theater.
Yeah.
People would come out all high on testosterone.
That's right, 500%. Though, think about that kind of increase to the Naval Flight School.
That's pretty crazy. That's a huge one.
That's a good one. That's a
well, thank
really
you.
good one.
And my other one is military as well. And I guess it was a societal impact, but if I am not mistaken, Steven Spielberg is widely credited for changing the way we do war movies with the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan. The beach scene, the Omaha beach scene. Like, war movies never really showed the blood and guts, that it was just understood that there were blood and guts. But he was like, no, we're going to make this as real as possible.
They did.
They did. It's an incredible scene. And if you think about like the war movies that have been shot after that, they are far more realistic than what we used to have. Far more graphic and realistic. Because everybody saw that and was like, well, that's what we got to do now. That's the way we got to do war movies.
Well, what was that movie it seemed like it was in the 80s, maybe early 90s.
Apocalypse
Full Metal
Now?
Jacket?
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket, but those were pretty violent, right?
Casualties of War, Platoon.
Platoon.
Yeah.
Casualties of War was different. I mean, that was ruthless.
Yeah.
Michael
J. Fox and Sean Penn.
Thin Red Line.
A terrible movie.
It was a horrible movie.
Thin Red Line is a bad movie, isn't it? That's a movie I wanted to be good.
So excited because the cast was so good.
Yeah.
I walked out of the theater, couldn't finish.
Really?
You just
I
punched
should've.
down on, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a movie that I really wanted to be good. Thin Red Line. It was so bad.
Mine is Stupid.
Really, Jim?
but it's Jaws. I never thought about. I mean, I think it really does. It doesn't change people from going to the ocean, but I think if you saw the movie, you never go
Oh,
in
you
the
had
water.
that. We had a pool. He had the irrational fear if there's a shark. There's gonna be a shark in our pool.
Yeah.
If I go to the deep end, there's a shark in there. What?
That is fairly irrational.
You think so?
Yeah,
I've thought about that as a kid.
But skinny dipping at night in the ocean. I mean,
Yeah, we all did it.
Who wouldn't want to do that? But
Yeah.
I never even. When I had the opportunity,
I got nipped.
I never said no. I'll do anything you want to on the beach, but I'm not getting in that water.
Don't worry,
Carl,
dude,
we
the,
just
the
met.
shark would have swum.
Literally,
by.
you can pound sand in my ass.
You can do whatever you want to do, but I am not getting in that water.
Yeah.
We can screw those sand dudes up there, but I am not.
No,
getting
that's
in
a
the
good
water.
one too, because I remember reading about that and how that affected so many people. Just their attitudes about actually getting in the water. I think about it all the time.
Was it the tagline? Was it "You'll never go in the water again"? Was that the one they actually used?
I think that was it. You'll never feel safe in the water again.
Yeah, something like that. That was the actual Jaws
Would
tagline?
you do where they do the Jaws screenings in water where they have like a big?
Have you ever seen those?
Yeah. Would you do that?
we
since it's your
did
favorite?
one in my pool.
It's not the same.
It wasn't the same, but it was kind of fun. And watching Jaws floating on a raft at night. It's just kind of a weird feeling.
Yeah, because the one I saw was in a lake somewhere. It was
Yeah.
like a lake, and they had the big inflatable screen.
Well, they're going to do stuff
On the
for,
bank.
for the 50th anniversary. When is it coming up?
3 years.
Yeah. You're going to have something big.
It's crazy. All right, that's our mystery fifth hour. If you got any topics you'd love us to discuss, we'll take those as well. And it's always brought to you by.
Our friends at McCurry Van and Car Rental, as Rockstar shows you there.
McCurry right there.
Yeah.
You got the van and you got the ampersand. You got the car plus the rental.
You're
You
all
get
on the ampersand today, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, they're talking about things like trucks, SUVs, passenger vans. Hard to find in the rental market right now. McCurry could take good care of you. They get you in and out fast. They make it so easy. Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and also in Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. You can reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003, 256-559-1003, or McCurryRentals.com. That's McCurryRentals.com.